Hello once again. What I've learned so far in this life as I have lived and had my fair share of relationships is that when you break up with a person, you are left with attachments. And attachments are those feelings of feeling like you can't do anything, or feeling that you have to be with a person for you to feel complete or for you to function in this world. Those feelings are so common, especially to people who are in relationships. They feel like they're entitled to be with a person, in that they have to involve each thing, or they have to involve every aspect of their other person into their life. These are attachments. And these attachments hurt so much when we break up with the person, because we are so used to having those people or that person around us in our life. So when we break up with the person, it is so painful. I've had a fair share of that kind of a thing, those things called attachments, and they can take time to break away from. You have to understand that attachments are like bonds, a bond of being close to someone, a bond of being like you can't be separated from someone. And that's how big or that's how complex attachments are like. So when you break up with a person and you are left alone, you are most likely to be left with feelings of resentment. You are angry, you are so emotional, and you are at a point where you can do anything which is negative towards yourself. You are at a point where you are even dangerous to your own self. So I think that's where people lose a part of themselves. I think people get damaged and do a lot of crazy things when they break up with a person. So a lot of people, instead of finding the right way to deal with these breakups, tend to isolate themselves from the world. They get drunk, they go on phases whereby they date multiple partners, or they get angry at the opposite gender, because they feel like they have to punish every other being because of one person who did them wrong. Instead, they should actually focus on their lives and try to create a safer environment around themselves. This means that improving themselves and chasing goals, because what happens most of the times is when you're with a person, you are most likely to relax. You tend to forget about the goals you actually had plans to achieve. But when you are with a person, you tend to relax because you'll be with them most times and you'll be enjoying each other's company. And most times you put those goals aside. So now that that person is no longer around, you don't have to beat yourself to the ground. You don't have to put yourself in a hole thinking that you don't have anything to do in this world. Because my brother, my sister, your life is a goal on its own. You have to do the most out of it. You have to improve your life. You have to be someone who do the most in your life. There are so many things to do. I'm very sure that if you can, right now, even when you're feeling very bad, or even when you're feeling like you can't do anything, you can take a paper and write down the things that you want to do, the things that you want to achieve before you die, because you don't have a limited time on this earth. So I'm very sure that there are things you want to do before your time runs out. So instead of crying someone who left you, or someone who did not see your worth, or someone who didn't feel like they belonged with you, you can actually do many things with their life. You have to understand that for you to be there where you are now alone, the other person is enjoying where they are, whether with another person or they're getting new experiences out there. So why can't you do the most? Why can't you have new experiences by yourself? Why can't you have new experiences in your life which can actually add value to your life? Why can't you chase that goal? Why can't you start that business? Why can't you improve your body? Why can't you focus on your mental health? Because it's important. The other person is doing the most. They're happy wherever they are, and you're here. You're drowning in self-pity. You are beating yourself down. Why do that when you can actually enjoy your life? Why are you locking yourself or isolating yourself from the crowd or from people? Yes, you need time to heal, but heal whilst doing what is important in your life, and that is improving in your life. We don't want people who isolate themselves or feel like they are not worth of anything to the point that they take away their own life. I'm talking about suicide. These things are real. Even if you can look into the news, people are killing themselves because of lovers who left them. But I don't think that's what God would want for you. I don't think that's what your friends or your family or your mother or your father would want for you. You have to know that there's someone out there who's waiting for you, who's praying for someone like you. So we have to be patient enough. And do you know that whenever you do something useful in your life, when you put yourself out there, you are most likely to find someone who will appreciate you, who will value you, who will take you serious, because you have to know that there's someone out there who's meant for you, who's made for you. Maybe it's about the case of soulmates. I don't know much about that, but I'm very sure that when you take yourself out there, when you are healing, when you're in the process of healing, you find other people who you propel you further into completing the process of healing. You might build meaningful connections. When you put yourself out there, the goal is to step out there. The goal is to try to forget or to move on. Moving on is not easy, but it's worth a try. And when you try, you achieve it, because no effort goes unnoticed. So I know that attachments are hard to remove, but they are possible. Nothing is impossible in this world. So, oh, my tea is getting cold, but I told you what is important. You have to let go of attachments, improve yourself, let go, find something to do, and improve your life. Because whilst you are putting yourself in a hole of self-pity, the other person's out there enjoying their life, doing the most with their new partner. It's the harsh reality.